Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Deborah Carr. I write historical fiction in that name, and I also write contemporary romance series as Georgina Troy. I'm sitting here today in a freezing cold house, and that's why I'm wrapped up with, gosh, I don't know how many layers, a lot. It's cold. Jarvie has his little jumper on, so does Claude. Rue doesn't. And I'm sitting here with an empty packet. I discovered these today when I went to Paperclicks. So obviously our local stationery store here. Well, it's not local. We have a franchise here. Whatever. I needed to buy a ream of paper. I ended up buying so many things because it's a stationery store. So I bought some of these, and I bought some of these, and I bought, what else did I buy? Oh, I bought this, a white pen to write on things, and I bought these Bonds of London double choc toffee. It's delicious chocolate and soft toffee on the inside, and I bought them to have one on the way because I dropped my mum off for an appointment, and I went to Paperclicks to buy my stuff to then pick her up. So I bought these to buy one, to eat one rather, on the way to collect her, and I've eaten the whole lot. And the reason I've eaten the whole lot, it's no excuse. It is no excuse. I'm aware of that. But actually right now, I don't care. I will have as many excuses as I like. I'm cold. The dogs are cold. My son is cold. And the reason we're freezing cold is because I had a new boiler put in my house on the 10th of October, 2025. So we're talking 3 months ago. And sorry, I'm having to put my gloves on because my hands are so cold up here in this house. I'm in the attic, as you can see. And on like Friday, I thought, it's very cold in the house. Let me boost it up. I mean, we had hail today. It's been freezing like it has everywhere in the UK, really. And then it dawned on me, actually, the radiators aren't coming on. It was so cold. We've had no heating. So my really nice boiler engineer came up, looked at it yesterday morning, and he said, oh, it's the oil pump. The oil pump. I've literally had this thing for 3 months. So I phoned up the boiler company in England. Really lovely girl answered the phone and chatted to me, stuff like that. She was really good because I was ready to have some sort of meltdown. And then put me through to the technical person who was completely unhelpful. And I explained that we need this sorted like as quickly as we can. Obviously, it's only 3 months old. I'm really shocked that I have no heating in mid-January. And, you know, I've got the name of a boiler engineer who I know they have used in the past because he told me that. Can I give you his name? No, we'll find someone ourselves in Jersey. Well, if you're in England and you're not in Jersey, who do you know who to contact? How do you know what experience they have? Anyway, today he set me up on a job, something, so I had a reference. Called customer services today, who was going to call me yesterday, and said, look, it is ridiculously cold, blah, blah, blah. Can we possibly use the boiler engineer, who I know you have used many times before and who I'm used to using? Yes, of course, he said. Have you got his number? Never ceases to amaze me that it doesn't matter what company you use, it tends to depend on the person who answers the phone, whether they're going to be helpful and really decent people. And when I said, you know, this thing is only 3 months old, although he's not going to apologise, I suppose that's admitting guilt, whatever, I don't know what it all is. He made the right noises and obviously thought that was a bit of a shocker too. Unlike the man yesterday who was like, well, you know, these things happen. Actually, I don't expect to spend thousands on a new boiler for it to die within 3 months. That shouldn't happen in my book. Anyway, so I won't name the boiler company, but if you're thinking of getting a new boiler, you can ask me below and I'll probably tell you. But yeah, I'm not impressed with that. Anyway, so we're really, really cold. So I do have a fireplace, an open fireplace in my living room, which terrifies Rue when the wood spits. But he's had to just get used to that or not get used to that. So we need some heating. I've got a tiny little fan heater, and my son's got electric heat in his room. We all work from home, so, and his room is really cold. So I lit the fire in there, and I've got a log burner, which I actually only had fixed last week, thanks to my wonderful chimney guy. And so I lit that. You've got to keep looking after these. I'm not used to real fire. Obviously, I have had one for years, but I've never used it in my last house. So yeah, it's probably gone out now by the time I go downstairs. So yeah, so far this week is not being fun. We're cold. I'm hoping it's fixed tomorrow or the next day because it's so cold. Anyway, yesterday, as in a lot of places in the UK, they saw the Aurora Borealis, which was magnificent, apparently. The photos from Jersey were, like a lot of the UK, was deep, deep pinks, absolutely stunning, stunning colours. So that was last night between like 8 and 10, I gather. I usually have my phone with me at all times. And I'm one of these people who I'll watch television and then I'll watch something for a few minutes and then pick up my phone and I doom scroll or check things or whatever. And I thought last night I plugged it in my kitchen to charge it, and I went to get it and thought, no, I've actually just had a notification because my gorgeous goddaughter Mel, she saw the Aurora Borealis and took the most incredible photos. And I said, oh, no, I missed it because I left my phone charging in the kitchen, and decided, no, for once, I'm not going to be looking at my phone. Only I cannot look at my phone when I would have picked this up. Anyway, she said, use this app. And I've just had a notification from the app that it's getting high. We've had cloud certainly the afternoon and evening. So I'm going to have a look outside in a little bit. But yeah, so I missed this most magnificent display last night. To be fair, I have seen the Northern Lights or Aurora Borealis, whatever. I have seen it before. In my last house, I went to close the curtains in my bedroom and saw these massive green lights shimmering in the sky and everything else. And whereas most people think, oh, wow, that's the Northern Lights, I thought, gosh, somebody's having a really incredible party with all those lights sort of like moving around. But they weren't flashing, they're like just moving around. The whole sky was green. I thought it was someone having a party with very strong lights. I wonder at myself. I think the whole family wonders about me sometimes, to be fair, and they have every right to, really. So I have seen them before, but not in red. So I will actually go and have a look outside in a little bit and hope I haven't missed it again. But yes, I did miss the massive display last night, so that was a bit of a shame. And today I went to the dentist, so that was fine, just to scale and polish. So it's a busy old week with various different things. It's my cousin's birthday today, so we're all doing lunch and things like that. So, and I've got various different things on this week. So a busy old week. And the busiest thing is getting on with edits. Yes, edits. So yes, I am going to take a little bit more time off this year, but right now, I don't know. I think there's something, I think probably because I love my job, as much as I do need time off, and I have been taking time off. I haven't worked very much at all this week. I do love what I do, and yeah. Like they say, find a job that you love, you'll never work a day in your life. I mean, I do get tired, but a lot of the time it doesn't feel like work. And I heard from my publisher today, so that's exciting. We're trying to work out what she wants me to write next. I'm not sure. I've sent an idea, but I'm not sure. So yes, so that's interesting. And she's going to read through my structural edits for my second witchy book. So we're going to see. Yeah. I'm not sure if I'll write a third witchy book. So far, I think my readers, because for this I've written 8 historicals, so World War I or World War II historicals, and I have had wonderful readers for that, and my books have done really quite nicely. I've had wonderful, lots of people reading them, which was fantastic. I think because I suppose maybe it happens with all writers who change directions slightly. You do lose some readers because maybe people think that, it's witchcraft, it's not their thing. I mean, this isn't dark witchcraft. They're like green witches. They use, the flora and the fauna and the minerals and the seasons and more green witches. So yeah, I don't know. I suppose if you haven't read the book, you don't know exactly what it is. So I'm yet. I think my book, The Witching has yet to find its readership. I think. I hope it does. It might not. Not all books do well. But yeah. So yeah, it's a bit of an odd time, really. I think. Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you, and wish you well. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'm going to go and see if I can find the Northern Lights from my house. If I can, I will take some photos and share them. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your week. Bye.